Maya, the sacred illusion. Here lies a profound truth that may shatter everything you believe to be real. Your house, your body, your memories. Even this very moment as you absorb, these words are nothing more than elaborate projections of consciousness itself, a hologram, a simulation where you are simultaneously the dreamer, the dream, and the one who awakens within it. This is not New Age fantasy or philosophical speculation. This is the most radical revelation ever contemplated by human consciousness, a truth that bridges millennia and cultures, echoing from ancient India's sacred temples to today's most advanced quantum physics laboratories. The ancient whisper, 5,000 years ago, Vedic sages whispered a single word containing the secret of all existence, Brahma, not merely a concept, but the very explanation for why you feel separate from the universe, why you seek outside what you already possess within, why happiness perpetually seems like tomorrow's promise that never arrives. Mirage shimmering in life's desert, Maya is not simple illusion. It is the precise mechanism through which one consciousness fragments itself into infinite individual experiences, creating the cosmic drama where each actor forgets they're performing and believes they are the character. Right now, as you process these words, quantum waves collapse into particles solely because you observe them. Your brain constructs three-dimensional reality from two-dimensional electrical impulses. Your mind creates a coherent self from trillions of constantly renewing cells. Who is the true observer behind your eyes? Who remains constant while thoughts, emotions, and sensations flow like clouds across consciousness's sky? In the sacred theater, the ancients understood what modern science is rediscovering. Perceived reality is a cooperative construction between consciousness and cosmos, a cosmic theater where each soul plays an individual role while temporarily forgetting its infinite nature. This is Maya's story, the sacred illusion enabling the Xiao, one to experience itself as many, the eternal to live through time, the infinite to know itself through the finite. It's how you, being pure consciousness, can forget yourself so completely that you desperately seek to return to what you never cease to be. Prepare to question everything you consider solid. Prepare to discover the freedom that exists in recognizing the illusory nature of your perceived prison. Ancient wisdom to understand Maya. We must return to humanity's origins, when we still gazed openly at mysteries now deemed impossible. In the Vedas, humanity's oldest texts, we find Maya's first systematic description. The Rigveda speaks of Maya as Indra's creative power, the divine art manifesting worlds. This wasn't fanciful magic, but understanding that reality emerges through creative processes transcending ordinary logic. The Upanishads, particularly the Mandukya, reveal Maya's deepest dimension. The text describes four consciousness states: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and turiya, the fourth state of pure awareness witnessing the other three. For consciousness in turiya, all other states are equally illusory, temporary, projections on awareness's eternal screen. Shankara, the great Vedanta master, explained Maya through luminous analogy. A man walks at night and sees a snake on the ground. His heart races, his body recoils in terror. Only when he approaches with a lantern does he discover it was rope. The snake never existed, but the fear was absolutely real. The rope was always there, temporarily obscured by mental projection. So it is with Maya. The world isn't false, but our perception is colored by fundamental ignorance of our true nature. We see multiplicity where there is unity, separation where there is connection, mortality where there is eternity, a universal recognition. Maya transcend Hindu tradition. Buddhists speak of samsara, conditioned existence cycles, where mind creates suffering through identification with the impermanent. Taoism describes the phenomenal world as eternal dance between yin and yang, polarities, existing only in dualistic perception. Christian Gnostics taught that material world was illusion created by the demiurge, a limited consciousness believing itself the true creator. All traditions recognized fundamental difference between reality and apparent reality. Water doesn't disappear becoming vapor, it changes form. Consciousness doesn't disappear manifesting as world. It temporarily forgets its unitary nature. The Hermetic principle of mentalism teaches the all is mind, the universe is mental. All manifestation is mental projection of the absolute, cosmic thought form in the divine mind. We as fragments of that mind actively participate in reality's creation through observation and intention, a quantum confirmation, we now reach the most extraordinary moment, when modern science inadvertently confirms what mystics always knew. 20th century quantum physics shattered our belief in solid, objective reality, revealing a universe functioning exactly as Vedic sages described Maya. Werner Heisenberg, quantum mechanics' father, stated, "What we observe is not nature itself, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. No reality exists independent of the observer. Observation participates in creating what is observed." The double-slit experiment demonstrates the impossible. An electron passes through both slits simultaneously, until observed. Then it decides which slit it traversed. Particles exist in quantum superposition, all possibilities simultaneously, until observing consciousness collapses. This multiplicity into singular experience. David Bohm proposed that reality emerges from an implicate order, an unmanifest field of pure potentiality, unfolding into manifest reality. This implicate order is indistinguishable from what Vedanta calls Brahman, the non-dual absolute reality from which all forms emerge and into which all dissolve. Schrödinger, creator of quantum mechanics' fundamental equation, deeply studied the Upanishads and declared, "The unity and continuity of Vedanta are not mere postulates but the most immediate of experiences." He recognized consciousness isn't matter's product, but that from which matter's appearance emerges. Are the collective unconscious? Carl Jung discovered individual psyche's connection to a collective unconscious, a field of archetypes and universal patterns, transcending personal experience. Through clinical observations, Jung noticed patients from different cultures displaying remarkably similar symbols, dreams and fantasies without prior cultural contact. The collective unconscious constitutes humanity's shared deeper psychic layer. Inherited through evolutionary development, its archetypes are primordial human, experience patterns, universal forms, manifesting in myths, religions, fairy tales, and art across civilizations. The Great Mother, the hero, the wise old man, the shadow, the self. These figures consistently appear in human narratives, suggesting our psyche operates according to fundamental structures, transcending cultural specifics. Jung realized our everyday ego, consciousness, is merely a small island floating in the vast ocean of objective psyche, Dar's vibrational reality. The Kybalion teaches the principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Science confirms what appears solid is energy vibrating at different frequencies. A diamond and a cloud are identical, energy expressing in distinct vibrational patterns. The deepest revelation: we ourselves are both observer and observed. No real separation exists between subject and object. Only consciousness is play, appearing to divide itself to experience itself as multiplicity. This is Maya's subtlest expression. Not just the illusion that external objects are solid, but that an internal I exists separate from those objects. Both observer and observed are temporary modifications in one consciousness, different vibrational variations of the same essence. We are waves in being's eternal ocean. Einstein's discovery that time and space are relative to the observer inadvertently confirms Vedic teaching, Kala, time, and Desha, space, are Maya's aspects, mental constructs, enabling sequential experience of what is essentially eternal and infinite. We're still living the revelation. What do you do with this revelation? How do you live knowing reality as perceived as consciousness's construction? How do you exist knowing we're literally inside a matrix? The answer isn't denying the world, but understanding its true purpose. Maya isn't cosmic error or trap requiring escape. It's the method through which infinite consciousness experiences itself subjectively. Without Maya, consciousness would remain pure potentiality, never knowing the joy of self-discovery, the beauty of self-love, the adventure of losing and finding itself again. Vedanta teaches 3 reality levels. Monamarthika, absolute reality. Only Brahman possesses this. Vyavaharika, empirical reality, functional within its parameters. Pratibhasika, apparent reality, like dreams, real during experience. Understanding this doesn't mean treating the world as fantasy. Rather, it means recognizing even this illusion is sacred, because it is consciousness itself manifesting. When Ramana Maharshi was asked about world's reality, he replied, "The world is real, Only its interpretation as separate from consciousness is illusory. Jung. Discovered individuation doesn't require abandoning personality, but consciously integrating it with the transpersonal self. The ego doesn't disappear. It becomes a transparent instrument through which the self expresses in the world of forms. You are the continuous awakening. This awakening isn't a one-time event but continuous remembrance. Maya is convincing precisely because we create it. It's like an actor so talented he convinces even himself he is the character. Awakening is remembering we are the actor without denying the character. In practical life, this manifests as fundamental lightness. Problems still appear but lose existential weight. Emotions still arise but no longer define us. Thoughts still flow but no longer imprison us. We live fully engaged yet remain fundamentally free. All past sages point to the same truth. You are vaster than you imagine, freer than you believe, more connected than you feel. The journey isn't to some distant place but inward. Maya isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Through it, you learn what you are not to discover what you are. Through limitations experience, you recognize your unlimited nature. Through forgetting's game, you experience remembering's joy. This is existence's supreme irony. You try escaping a prison, existing only in imagination. You are simultaneously prisoner, prison, key, and freedom. Maya is the veil hiding this truth, and paradoxically, the very means by which it can be discovered. Awakening within the dream isn't abandoning human life, but living it as the sacred dance it has always been. Every encounter becomes reunion between aspects of the same consciousness. Every challenge becomes opportunity to remember who you truly are. Every moment becomes doorway to the eternal now. The final truth. You know the secret whispered by sages through millennia. You were never born and will never die because you are life, itself manifesting temporarily as human form. Maya is your cosmic disguise and your invitation to the most glorious awakening imaginable. Discovering, you are both seeker and sought, both question and answer, both path and destination. If this touches something within you, a deep intuition, forgotten memory, or strong desire to transcend appearances, perhaps it's time for the next step. The illusion of Maya may be dense, but ancient maps exist to help us cross it. For those ready to unlock the mind's full power and dive into the 7 laws governing the inner universe, deeper exploration awaits. The key to unlocking every door of the Temple of Mysteries is now within reach. Welcome to discovering your true nature,